Hello everyone, I am Manjula Kalmat. In this video, I am going to explain about the ER diagram. Here I am using the company database to illustrate the ER diagram and how to convert this ER diagram into the relational schema and how to convert the ER diagram notations into the tabular format. So before diving into the company database, here we have an initial identity of the ER diagram. ER diagram, it is a diagrammatical representation of the ER module. That ER module, it is one of the high level conceptual module and in which we are going to represent the different constraints as well as relationships. And also it will be representing the logical structure of the database, means data, how it is connected from one to other in the logical format. And it will be comprising of three components here: entity set, attributes, and relationships. In order to draw ER diagram, we have a different notations, geometrical notations we are using. By using all these geometrical notations, we are going to draw the company database. So first of all, here we have a entity set. In company, we have a four entities. Entity is defined as a real world object. It may be the conceptual or it may be the physical. Here we have an employee, department, project, and dependent. Four entities. Among these four entities, three entities are called as the strong entities. Here we can notice the single rectangle, it indicates the strong entity, whereas two rectangles indicates the weak entity. Dependent, it is a weak entity, and these are the strong entities. How these are the strong and this is the weak entity, that can be explained with respect to the attributes. Here we have attributes. Attributes are nothing but an explanation, description of entities. Now employee is described with these attributes. Like that department, it is described with these attributes, and project as well as dependent. Each entity, it will be having its own description by using the attributes. So here we have a weak entities are having the attribute, one of among all the attribute, one or two of the attributes will be of the primary key. So now SSN with underline, it indicates the primary key. Primary key means unique identity of all employees, it will gives here. Like that, here we have a department also having the primary key. Project also, it is having the primary key. So which of the entities are having the primary keys? Those are called as the strong entities. And for which of the attribute entity there is no primary key, that is called as a weak entity. Now dependent, it is a weak entity because it is not having any of the primary key here. It is not having its unique identity through any of the attribute. That's what these are strong entities and this is a weak entity. Now here we can exhibit the relationship between these entities. Here we have a relations, different types of the relations we can notice. Now relation, it will be represented with the rhombus here. And in this we have a two lines as well as single line relation we can notice. Now in this we have a two line relation. This it will be indicating the full participation. Means this entity set completely participating in the works for relation. And like that only we have a department also completely participating in this relation. Meaning of this is all employees works for all departments. That identity it will gives here. A completely it will be involving in the relation. Like that only we can notice here this relation managers. Here we have a two lines which indicates a complete participation, whereas one line it is a partial participation it will be indicating. So here we have a participation constraints are two. One is the full participation, another is a partial participation. Full participation we are showing with the notation of two lines, whereas partial participation it will be single line. Here in this relation it is a single line partial participation. Department partially participating in the relation controls. And project, it will be participating completely in the controls relation. Like this, here we have a two types of relation constraints we can notice here. That is participation constraints. Okay. So in the next video, we have to go for the identity. what type of relation it is, how the relationship will be existed in between the strong entity as well as weak entity, and which are the different types of the attributes we are using in this diagrammatical representation. That all these explanation we can take in the further video. Till then, see you.